Welcome to another edition of Sticks-n-Stonez. I am your host, Brett Elrod, coming to you from the lovely confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. And it is a wonderful day outside, kind of what you think of in fall in Texas, not 85 degrees or so, but more like 65 degrees. Gets nice and cool at night. Yeah, I really like that. Some of the trees, beautiful colors that rival the ones up north. It's just short-lived and there's not enough of them. But anyway, I have a great show lined up for you today. I am pairing a Perdomo Habano Bourbon barrel-aged cigar. For those of you on live stream, there it is. Beautiful stick. I am pairing that with Tullibardine 500 Highland single malt Scotch. I think it's going to be a great episode, so right after this we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. I want to take a moment to tell you about the wonderful folks over at Pinto Ranch. They are Western wear. They have 2 locations in Houston. They have 1 location in Dallas, and that is where my beautiful toasted palm Stetson comes from. If you go to Sticks-n-Stonez.com, STICKSNSTONEZ.com, they are right there on the front page. Nice banner ad running up and down. Just click there, take you over to them. You can have yourself one of these beautiful toasted palm Stetsons that will look great at the beach or the pool or the cigar lounge, wherever you happen to be. All right, now, the Perdomo Habano Barrel Age. This is the last of my Perdomo series. I know I've kind of been on a Perdomo kick for about the last 4 or 5 weeks. This is the last one, so I hope we're going to really go out with a bang. This particular stick is an Epicure 6x54 on the ring gauge. The filler is a blend of Nicaraguan Condega, aged 4 years, Jalapa, aged 5 years, and Esteli, aged 6 years. It's a mild to medium strength cigar, and it is cloaked in a wonderful Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. Now, visually, it is pretty much flawless. It has a beautiful medium to light brown wrapper on it that kind of has the feeling of like envelopes, not quite grocery bags, but a little bit thinner and a little bit softer than that. It's seems like a very delicate leaf. It has pretty much invisible seams, and it's very minimally veined, but the veins that you do see are pretty pronounced. There is, put that up to the camera, there is one spot. It looks like they've patched it, or it has maybe the seam got folded back. That's the only thing I find on it that is in any way a flaw, and it has a very large and beautiful double cap. I'm going to go ahead and take the foot band off before we get started, otherwise I'll end up forgetting and setting it on fire. We don't want to do that. Now, on the nose, I get kind of a sweetness and some notes of like a really rich, like pipe tobacco, and some raisins, and just a hint of cedar. Let's go ahead and give this a cut and test out the cold draw. Using my Cigar V cutter. Another beautiful cut. On the cold draw, it's got a very gentle, easy draw to it. I don't think it's too easy. We'll see how it goes, but it is very easy. It's kind of cedar forward. There is a kind of a muskiness to it that I don't know. It reminds me of like maybe an old wine cellar or maybe a bourbon rickhouse. You know, that old wood. But it's got a richness to it that you can tell alcohol was involved. Of course, this is bourbon barrel aged, so you know, what would you expect? I think that's going to be a good one. Now, Tullibardine is not really all that well known in the United States. They have a very rich history, though. This is a Highland Scotch, as I mentioned, and it has a very long and rich history, Tullibardine, as a location for brewing and distilling. The story kind of begins in the 15th century with King James IV of Scotland. He was on his way to his coronation, and he wanted to stop by and pick up a roadie. And so he stopped by the Tullibardine brewery where they were brewing beer, and he was so taken with the beer that they produced that in 1503 he granted them a charter to be an official brewery, I guess is how you would say it. But in 1947, William Delma Evans, and there's a hyphen in there, Delma Evans, he converted the brewery into a distillery and started producing Scotch. And the rest is history. Now, the 500 sherry finish is matured for an undisclosed period of time in first fill bourbon casks before being transferred into 500 liter, hence the name 500, Pedro Jimenez sherry butts for 1 year. A butts is like a barrel. I had to look that up because I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not really sure about that. But then I found out that's just another name for barrel for sherry casks, and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's all right. Now, officially, this is a non-age statement whiskey. It is a 100% malted barley. It is 43% alcohol by volume, so 86 proof. So that makes it a little on the lighter side. A lot of the whiskeys that I have used for pairings have been more along the lines of 90 to 95, and I think there's one I've even put up that's right around 120. So this is much gentler than those are. But pop the cork. Let you see it glass if you're watching the live stream. Now, visually, I'll swirl that around a little bit in front of the camera. It is just a rich, deep copper or amber, and has really good legs. There's nice cling to the glass. It creates these nice little striations vertically, and I mean, all around. You wouldn't know just by looking at it that it's not one of the more top shelf offerings. But I've had this sherry cask several times, and matter of fact, I had it yesterday if you saw my live stream, and it is really, really good. Anyway, let's move on. Now, on the nose. The nose is very gentle. There's absolutely no alcohol burn at all. There's a little bit of tartness, which kind of gives you that little tickle up in your nose, kind of like you're going to sneeze, but no heavy alcohol on the nose at all. You get some nice fruity notes of like green apple, pear, maybe lemons. That might kind of be that little tickle that you get in your nose, and it is sort of like a kind of the vinegary tartness. You get like the oil and vinegar dressing, and it's just kind of got that tart, but it's in your nose. It's not in your palate. I guess that's probably from the sherry cask aging. All right, now on the palate. Really good, really smooth. It's kind of syrupy, and it's got a sweetness to it with maybe some pears and some cherries. Could even be a little bit of lemon zest in there. Again, kind of a little bit of tartness. Not much at all, but just a little. Just enough to let you know it's there. On the finish, I get honey and maybe kind of a maltiness, some vanilla. You know how if you taste something that's just vanilla, it's got that kind of smooth flavor to it. You get that kind of flavor in your mouth after you've swallowed. And then there is just a touch of spice, or maybe even just a tinge of bitterness right after everything has kind of died away. There is no spice on the palate when you first take a drink. There's a little bit right at the very end, just about the time you're ready for another sip. So let's go ahead and light the stick up and try these out together using my Rocky Patel 5-torch Envoy as usual. Copious amounts of smoke coming off of this stick. It's really good. Like I said, those of you that are on live stream, you can see there's quite a bit of smoke coming off of this stick, and on the palate, there's kind of a creaminess and maybe a sweet kind of nuttiness. Some cocoa and vanilla, and there is a very light hint of spice. Sometimes I really try to enunciate my words. I'm raised in the South, and some folks can't always understand me. All right, let's try them together. Oh yeah, those go really well together. The kind of the soft fruitiness of the Scotch is blending very well with the creaminess and the vanilla from the stick. I knew this Scotch would be a pretty good matchup for this stick. You know, like I said, I've had it before, and I really thought that this would be the stick that it would really go well with. It is a very pliable dram. It can fit with a wide range of cigars. And even, sorry I bumped the mic, right at a minute later, we're still, smoke is hanging. I love that. It's great. All right, I am going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and I will come back and give you an update. Hey Stoners, I am back. Here at the half, the stick is still producing some really good notes of kind of a, say, an almond nuttiness with kind of a sweet component added in, and then sort of a kind of a bourbon note. The Scotch is weaving its pears and cherries and vanilla through the different palate notes off the stick, and this is just really being a very good pairing. I'm going to go ahead and burn this stick down the rest of the way, and I will come back and give you my final thoughts. Hey Stoners, I am back. In the last half, the Perdomo Habano barrel aged offered up some notes that were kind of buttery and earthy, and kind of the bourbon kind of shifted more to the finish off the, you know, in the halfway. It was you kind of getting it in your regular palate. The Tullibardine 500 held on right through all the stick's transition and married very well. I'd give the stick an 85 matchsticks. It was a good stick, some very good palate notes. The 500 I think is probably underrated. I would give it a 95 Whiskey Stones. That is a really, really good Highland Scotch. And I think you should try both these. This was really, you know, I guess, like I said in the beginning, I am not normally a lighter wrapper kind of guy, but this one was really good. And I try them together, try them separately. Try to marry them up with something else. I think you can get a lot out of these two. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. You know, leave me some thoughts, comments below. Love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, you know, blow all the whistles, all that kind of stuff, so you know when I drop new content. I have some great pairings coming up, and some new content coming out. You can find me pretty much everywhere. I'm even on the Amazon shopping app, Sticks-n-Stonez, Sticks-N-Stonez, and you can get to some of the merchandise and stuff that way. But also, you will find it will bring up a link to Amazon Music to get you to the episodes, because we're on Amazon, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio / Spreaker, which the Spreaker carries over to YouTube, so you can, even though you have just a picture up, you know, on YouTube, still the audio plays, so you can listen to us on YouTube. We'd love for you to, and leave us some comments and stuff over there. Visit our website, Sticks-n-Stonez.com, all one word, SticksnStonez.com. And there you can read the blog. I write about whiskey, I write about cigars, I write about sports, I write about stuff. You can probably find something for just about anybody there. And you also find a link to our affiliate partners. Our affiliate marketing partners. That's where I get commission off anything that's purchased if you click the link and go to their site. We are doing affiliate marketing for, as I mentioned, Fanatics, Fanatics.com, Carhartt, the workwear, Greg Norman, golfwear, Huck high performance fishing wear, Pelican ice chests, and a lot more. And that we never want to forget the suppliers of my wonderful Stetson toasted palm. I love this cap, cowboy hat, wherever you want to call it. I love it, and I think you'd love it too. Go out there and check them out. Pinto Ranch, it's on the home page when you pull up Sticks-n-Stonez.com. And don't forget that links to the cigar and the spirit will be in the description of the podcast. So you can click that link and go straight to, for the stick, you'll go straight to Cigars International, to the Perdomo Habano barrel-aged stick, and you go to Total Wine, or it'll take you right directly to the Tullibardine 500 page. So you can, while you're listening, you can order them. So go out, buy you some smokes, buy you some scotch. It'll make for a really great day. Always drink responsibly, though. Until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.